What's good, y'all? Real quick, man. Hawk Dame here, man. I'm a huge Knicks fan, man. Been a huge Knicks fan pretty much my whole life, man. And I remember the glory days of back when we were fucking real contenders, man. And I'm not trying to knock Thibs, but I got a little caught up in the fandom of how well we played all year. And I want to ask everyone this question, man. Did Thibs do us a disservice by not developing the young guys? No. Listening to that Will Star shit here, and I got my mind going. And while I love the job that we did. I love it. I love that we made the playoffs. But there was too many times throughout this season, man, that I just felt like we're winning the battle, but we're losing the war. We're winning the battle because we're winning games, while no one expected Randall to be our most improved player of the year. No one expected Derrick Rose to have a resurgence and almost like an MVP type season coming off the bench, sixth man of the year. But think about it like this. In order to be successful, you do got to experience failure. And I'm not talking about this type of failure where we just lost. We're losing, we're down 3-1 in the playoffs, we're playing like shit. What I meant is, throughout the year, Thibs relied heavily on Randall rather than developing the other players. And I don't mind relying heavily on Randall. I don't mind it. He played outstanding. I don't mind it. My problem was playing certain guys like Elfrid Payton. Once you saw the resurgence of Derrick Rose, once you saw quickly came in as a rookie and was willing to put up points and play ball, why didn't you develop the younger guys? Why didn't you spend more time on these guys getting better? And when I looked at it, Elfrid Payton was a solid player, solid NBA player, no disrespect to him. He deserves to be on the NBA roster, but he's extremely flawed where he should only be coming in off the second unit. Why didn't you start Derrick Rose and develop quickly, and then you could go to Elfrid Payton on the back end of the rotation? To me, I think he did us a huge disservice. I think today's culture, we get so wrapped up in instant gratification and winning, and I'm not gonna lie, I did too. I'm a Knicks fan. I fell into it, but part of my life has been, I learned how to learn. And a lot of learning or successful great people, you had to have failure in your life. And I think Thibs did us a huge disservice by trying too hard to win battles. He forgot the war. He missed out on properly developing guys like quickly, like Obi. Too much of relying on instant gratification stunts your growth. If you're trying too hard just to win immediately, you're not really doing the necessary things to prepare you for the future to get the win. You're not doing the losing, learning the lessons, repetitive practice to grow. You're only relying on the instant gratification, and the team played outstanding. They played out their mind. But how much, I'm asking you guys this question, how much did that instant gratification and not developing quick enough, not developing maybe Obi enough, that second tier unit of guys that really never been there? A lot of this team is so young that a lot of them don't even know the pressures of playoff basketball. And now you're seeing a team that has one superstar, which is really Julius Randle, even though Rose is a great player. Randall's the main engine that goes. You're seeing that Randall's not existent. This team has no shot. You didn't develop R.J. Barrett enough. You didn't run enough of the offense through other guys. Where if you're gonna run the offense through Julius Randle at one point, why not start quickly there and have him mix in with Randle? And I want to preface this by saying something. I've never played basketball on any level. I didn't make my junior high school team due to bad grades. I didn't make it to high school. I didn't last long enough in high school. I ended up dropping out after my freshman year. And my freshman year, just like my junior high school year, I was horrible at school. I don't even think I passed any credits in high school other than gym. So I want to say this. I have no knowledge of speaking basketball X's and O's. I'm just asking people, take a look at the job he did. Deserves all the credit in the world. We're not that talented of a team. But why didn't he depend more or run the offense more through R.J. Barrett or Quickly or Obi Toppin to get these young guys more confidence, more experience, so when it came time to really go to battle like now in playoff time, they would be a little more assertive, a little more experienced. For me right now, Obi's playing out his mind, and it really doesn't even show up on paper. He's playing pretty good defense. He's actually faster than Gallinari. So whenever he's got the ball, I feel like if he would just be a little more assertive, he would do better. How much does instant gratification, this team trying to be better than what they are to get to the playoffs, how much did that instant gratification take away from them developing and really being great? You know, I think that if you look at any great person, they have to have great failures in their lives to extract the lessons and become great off of that. So me being a Knicks fan, man, it's kind of hard to watch this where somewhere in the back of my mind, I felt that this was going to show up. I felt that it was going to be some point throughout the season, not that Randall was going to play this bad, but that people were going to force other guys to win. And right now, Randall's playing so bad, it's not even the other team forcing it. He's forcing it. He's taking bad shots and everything. But I felt that a smart coach, a smart defensive coach, you take away the team's best option and you force them to go another route. And when I look at this team, other than D Rose, we really didn't have another route, man. So I just want people to think about that and think about what it means to be successful and how to achieve certain things, because a lot of the stuff that I'm saying also applies, and this is where I get it from. It applies to other shit in life, not just basketball, the Knicks. It applies to other shit, man. If you're sitting there wanting the instant gratification and someone just gives you something, they hand it to you, you really didn't earn it. You really don't know how to get what they handed to you. You're not experienced enough to even handle it. So when I think about greatness, man, it takes time, it takes a big failure, but I hope these guys are starting to learn these lessons that they needed, man. Come playoff time, it's a different atmosphere. But it also relates to anything in life. And I tell my kids this all the time. How you do anything is how you do everything, man. And if you practice like shit, chances are you play like shit. And if you're a lazy person in life, chances are everything around you do is lazy. My best friend is funny. He calls me all gas, no brakes. Because whenever I do something, I just go 1,000 with it. And I'm rich in my own eyes. I don't need to compare myself to anyone else. But I know the value of how to win. I know the value of a failure. Yo, I gotta try something, learn it. Of course, you're failing, but you take the lessons out the failure, man. And I just wanted to ask y'all, how much did Tom Thibodeau stun the growth of the young people? Or maybe I'm just bugging.